Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to be doing a orb guide for free-to-play, not new players, because obviously this game, you're going to need a lot of certain characters to do every sort of content in this game, but for absolute free-to-plays who want to just try hard the game and min-max your orbs, this is a orb guide for you. Obviously, though, newer players can still learn from this, like maybe you don't know that you can get orbs from Arena, from Braid Battle, the exchange shop, or from like Senkai Mine and stuff, because some people genuinely don't know. So this guide should hopefully help you get your max orbs so that way you can be ready for the 10th anniversary, which should be out by about July 15th to 23rd, somewhere in there, depending on when Caleb actually wants to drop the 10th anniversary, which, if you don't know, you need 5,500 orbs to hit pity in this game. So let me just take you through. Hopefully I can help you guys learn how to farm orbs more effectively, or maybe you're just missing out on some stuff. If you guys enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me just hop right on in to the orb guide. This is the max amount of orbs you can potentially get in the game. Obviously, sometimes it varies. I'm only going to be putting consistent orbs in this video. So, like, for example, when we get some things in the game, like extra login bonuses, like if you go up here to the login bonus right here, sometimes we have these extra little login bonuses. I'm not counting this. This is a whole different thing. This is not consistent enough. If it was every month, then sure, I would add it in, but it is not. What I'll start off with is the actual regular June login bonus. So right here, we have a bit more orbs than last time. If you log in every single day, you can get in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90 orbs a month just by logging in, just claiming them in your inbox. They did take out Chronicle Quest, so that is no longer here, and they actually put in the Essence Scrolls and the Orbs in here, so therefore you don't have to waste stamina on one of the worst game modes in the entire game, spending thousands of stamina just trying to get 50 orbs from the shop. So now it's in your just login bonus, so it's super easy, much easier, and you don't have to, you know, have certain characters for that little game mode now. Alright, so there's two things I need to add in quickly right here because I completely glossed over them until the very end of the video when I realized. But there's the Ichigo Kurosaki birthday orb where you get 15 additional orbs. And then I completely forgot about the daily orders, which I already did clear. But daily, this is not what it is. Daily orders, you get 5 orbs a day over the span of 30 days. That's 150 extra bonus orbs. Just wanted to slip this in here onto the next portion of the video, which is probably the biggest chunk of orbs in the entire game for the most part. Is guild quest. You want to do guild quest. You want to do guild quest. Even if you can't clear it fully, obviously, because you know some people can't, just try a lower difficulty. Just do very hard or something. Nightmare is the big bang for your buck, though. And if you go down here to the rewards tabs, you can actually see what you get. So right here, we have Spirit Orbs 50. This is where I am. I usually chill around A rank. League 1, like rank 1 or 2 is usually where we usually are. S League, though, can go all the way up to 100 orbs a week. And then B League is down to like 10 orbs. And then C League, I don't think you get anything. You got 1 ticket. Yeah, it's your first guild quest. So, yeah, so this, chill around A rank, that's pretty good. 50 orbs a week. I already have it all calculated, by the way. Just have to like add it up together at the very end, but I just want to show you where you can get all the orbs. And then we have the actual clearing of the guild quest phases. So if you get 520 million score, you get 5 orbs. 460 is, so that'd be 10 orbs, 15, 20, 25, 55, 70, 75 orbs, 85 orbs, and then go down to the final one, which is 90 orbs. Every single phase, and you get 2 phases a week, so that would be 180 orbs per week just from this, and then you would multiply that by 4, 180 times 4. So yeah, pretty darn good chunk of orbs is what can I say. I believe it adds up to about 700, unless I'm just doing my math incredibly wrong. Okay, it is right. It sounded wrong in my head, so I had to double check before I actually went on with the video, but yeah, 720 orbs just from clearing guild quests. Obviously, maybe the final 2 EX waves are a bit too difficult because obviously you're going to need the newer characters most likely. So if that just take 40 orbs off, you get 680 a month. So you should be chilling. Alright, so the next one that I actually have written down is going to be Brave Battles. Now, you don't get orbs by being in a certain bracket, what you do is you end up getting orbs when you go down here. So when you go down here, you can actually exchange for orbs with how many medals you get depending on what bracket you end up placing in. Alright, so technically it does depend on what bracket you are in. I know that sounded weird, but I just wanted to go over and show you the actual medals that you can get. Obviously, like, head captain is insane. You get 5,000, insane, 4,000, 3,500, and then so on and so forth. But the main thing you want to sit in is just about third seat. 1,900, 1,500, 1,300 is good enough. If you sit in third seat, you can easily get more than enough of the medals for the orbs. But yeah, usually it's lieutenants in third is where I see most people sitting. I just wanted to make sure and show you how many medals you could possibly get. But yeah, maintain third seat, you should be fine. And you can get up to 125 orbs every single month. There's the super cheap one, which I left here just to show you that it exists, which is this one. So you get 25 orbs for 200 medals. And then the more expensive ones, which is 1,000 medals for 25 orbs. And there are 4. I claimed 2 and then forgot that I was going to be doing this video. So there we go, 2 more. Just wanted to add that in. So that's 125 orbs a month right there. Locking it in. So yeah, Brave Battles obviously though is a bit gimmicky. I think if you sit around third seat, you can still get enough orbs to buy out all of the orbs every single month. So, you know, just chill in third seat and you're chilling. Obviously though, I know Brave Battles isn't the most exciting game mode, but you know, it adds up over time. Alright, so the next place we're going to be in is Arena. Yes, I know, hold your booze, hold your booze. It is not one of the most exciting game modes, but it does have some orbs in the shop and in the orders if I can actually find them. If you go all the way down to here, if you play to the finish of Arena 25 times, you get 10 orbs, and then play to the finish in 50 matches, you get 25 orbs in total. And then there's 2 seasons per month, so that would be a 50 orb count right there. And then on top of that, when you go to the exchange, there are also going to be more orbs that you can actually go ahead and buy, which is what I would recommend you guys to do. So it's 25 orbs for 400, and then after that is another 100 orbs in total, but 2,000 medals for 25 orbs. So another 125. So 175 orbs. I'm so tempted to buy this. But I will save off. But you can buy a 6-star ticket, but I think it's kind of a scam. It's like 1 out of 1,000 chance of you getting anything good. But yeah, so 175 orbs per month from Arena. And then there are also the little trophies that you could get along the way, but obviously this isn't maximum. I'm not going to be adding this into the total, but there's also some little goodies you can get along the way if you get more score. I'm almost done with it, sadly, but yeah, you can get some orbs. So on to the next thing. Alright, so the next place you're going to be able to get some orbs is the point event. So right here, we have a few quests, and if you clear them with 3 stars every single time, each one is going to give you 5 orbs. Now, obviously, some of them are a bit different. Sometimes there's only all the way up to extra quest 4, so you would be missing out on 2 extra quests. But either way, for the most part, it is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quests in total. 15 orbs each. So let's just do 7 times 15 equals that, 105. And then you can add the extra 5 for the extra quest right here, which would be 110 for that. I believe that's all I'm going to put down for the point event. But on top of that, even after you clear that, you also do get the guaranteed orbs if you don't want to clear all of those. 600,000, I want to say. Yep, you get an extra 50 additional orbs. So there's an extra 50 locked in right there. So that would be a total of, let's say, 160 orbs for the point event. And you get 2 of these a month. So 160 times 2 would be 320 orbs in total for the point event. I also forgot to mention that on top of that, there are also orders that you can clear. Now, obviously, it's not insane or anything, but if you clear all of the orders, you do get an extra 5 orbs, and that would end up being 10 orbs in total for 2 point events. And then on top of that, I literally completely forgot, there should usually be a new 4-star character. It's not every time, but if you get a new 4-star character, you can actually max them out and get an additional 35 orbs, 2 every single month. So that would be 70 orbs in total that I would be adding on top of that. Alright, and now the next one is going to be epic raids. We get a new epic raid every single month. This one will vary because there are two forms of the epic raid bosses. If you scroll down all the way to the Kenpachi, there's the regular Kenpachi epic raid, which is the older one. It's the easier one, and you can clear it out. And then it would end up giving you 100 orbs in the exchange shop. But if it's the awakened epic raid, this one actually gives you 200 orbs in a month. So depending on the month, you get 1 to 200 orbs. So obviously it varies a little bit. But yeah, I definitely recommend going and beating the epic raid. At least getting the orbs and the 5-star ticket. But there's also like 5-star accessory tickets, essence scrolls. And you can go through and buy whatever else you want. I usually try to buy out most of the shop and then buy out gold. So that way I don't have to farm the gold quest ever again because I hate gold quests. But yeah, 1 to 200 orbs just for clearing epic raids, which when it's the awakened one, you get way more coins. And usually people summon on this one. You know, they bring the bonus character, so that way it's a bit easier. So yeah, just thought I'd bring that up. Alright, so now we're on to these Senkaimon stages, which this one is going to be a bit iffy to calculate because of how they're rotating it now. I'm not going to count the guaranteed 25 orbs every single first clear because obviously that doesn't look like it's going to be a consistent thing. It looks like it's only going to be a one-time thing, unfortunately, and then we'll probably get another 25 orbs for each first time clear of the affiliation 2 whenever they drop that. So it might be a little bit more. And also we don't know if there's going to be more stages as well. Also along the epic raids, I know there's a change coming in, but I'm not going to mention anything about that because they pushed it back. I thought it would be the end of this month, but that never ended up happening, so I'm not going to even edit it. Maybe I'll put in a little description if the orbs change when we get it, but I'm not really thinking the orb account is going to change in there. Same thing for Extreme Co-op. I know that that's going to be getting a change soon as well, but I don't think that orbs are going to be added to it, so going to leave it the same. But for Senkaimon, we get 3 of these, and then they rotate out. So it would be 20 days. I think this is 12 days, or like 13, something like that. And then this is like 6 days. One of them are always rotating in and out like every week, it looks like. So it looks like it is going to be going about through 2 full rotations every single time. And if you do the math, each one is 90 orbs in total. You clear this one, you get 30 orbs. You clear this one, you get 60 orbs in total. You clear this one, you get 90. So 90 times 3... Let's do the simple math. 90 times 3 would be 270. If this does fully rotate 2 times through, we would just double this by 2, and it would be 540 potential orbs without including the extra 25 orbs. So it would be more than before if it actually goes through fully 2 times a month, which I believe it does if I've done the daily math right. Hopefully I am. And then when Affiliation 2 drops, we're not sure if there's going to be more or less orbs in there. So do keep that into consideration. That could be different. I'm hoping that there's more stages because then that would lead towards more orbs. But obviously we'll have to wait and see till that comes out. But I don't know when that's coming out. I don't know if it's going to take a few months before we get it or what. They haven't really clarified. They just said at a later date we will get Affiliation 2. So at the time of recording this video, we're just going to stick with the 540 that you should be able to get if I did the math right. So Senkaimon, 540 orbs, clear it out right there. Kind of hope they do add in orbs or something in here, by the way. I think orbs would just be a really nice solid change. Just add them in right here, like an extra 50 or something for 200. I don't know. Make it a one-time a month clear at least. Something like that, just to beefing the rewards up a little bit more. But either way, still more than last time if it does reset twice. So there we go. Alright, and now we're on to the resurrections. Now this one obviously is a bit iffy. Sometimes we get 2 batches of resurrection a month. Sometimes we get 1. Last month in May, we only ended up getting 1 batch of resurrection. So that would be 225 orbs total. And sometimes they only do 2 or 3 characters. That's also going to change because I know coming up there's a lot of 2-character banners. So we might only get a total of 175 orbs. 150 orbs. 150 orbs. My bad. It'd be 150 orbs, not 175. So 150 orbs instead of 225. So either way, though, I'm going to just stick with the 225, 2 batches a month because that's what we've been getting for a while. So it would end up going up to 450 orbs approximately. But obviously it's older characters, by the way. Just want to mention that for like newer players. These are only older characters that can resurrect. Newer characters cannot resurrect. It's only stupidly old ones. We just got the 5th anniversary characters a few months ago. So we're not even at 6th anniversary remakes yet. So just keep that in mind. Alright, and now we're on to the Limit Breaker quest. Limit Breaker quest is a monthly thing that comes out. And of course, since I claimed it, it doesn't show it anymore. But you can get orbs if you get to stage 20. I think you only have to get up to like stage 16 or something. But you can actually claim 50 orbs from the Limit Breaker quest. I believe if that's accurate, it should be 50. So 50 orbs a month. Not bad. Sometimes they add in the other one, but I don't believe the easier Limit Breaker quest has any orbs. Could be mistaken on that, but it's not super consistent enough, so I'm not even going to add that in. But yeah, Limit Breaker quest, get like 16 stages, and it should be about 50 orbs in total each month. Moving on, one of the final things is going to be the achievement orders. Now, obviously, this is super situational. It depends on what you have. I recommend going in towards the orbs, by the way, but at the absolute maximum, you could get up to 100 orbs if you so wanted to. If you go right here, you can check. It's 125, actually, my bad. 125 orbs every 7 days, which would be a huge boost. That would be 500 on the dot every 7 days, 500. That would be insane because I'm only getting like 250 right now. No, 60 times 240. So it would literally double my orbs essentially for that. But I fed it into other stuff, unfortunately. So I don't think I'll ever be getting this unless they add in new systems where I can get a lot of more achievement orders and whatnot. But yeah, this thing, it's kind of situational, but I just have them maxed out at 125 per week for the absolute max orbs. But obviously situational, so it changes a bit. So the final one is going to be Substory, but obviously it's a bit iffy. I don't believe we get one every single month. And also the amount of stages are completely different because as you can see, this one only has 3 stages, while some of them, this one has 6. So that would be literally double the orbs. Sometimes it's an older 4-star character as well. It's very, very, very situational. This one only has 4 for whatever reason. This one has 8. So I'm just going to have a set number. I can't remember what I set it to, but yeah, we should get one of these hopefully every month, I believe. But either way, sometimes we get one, sometimes we don't. So it's kind of situational. I think I just added very little orbs for it, but you know, it's new orbs. It's new orbs. All right. So another thing I even forgot to mention, by the way, for the daily login, we actually do get 15 more orbs for Ichigo Kurisaki's birthday. So that's another thing that we can add into it. So let's just go ahead and just add all this up. So 90 plus 15. So let's go ahead and add that 150 orbs right there. How did I forget that? I don't know. We have GQ, 90 per phase. If you multiply it by 8, essentially 90 by 8, it's 720. So let's go ahead and add the 720. That would be 975. And then obviously the guild quest is a bit situational, but if you add it in and you're at maxed out, you get an extra 400 orbs, absolute max situation. Remember, bit situational, but it is what it is. Brave battles, if you clear out the entire shop, that's another 125 right there. The arena, you get 2 shops, or 2 seasons. The shop is only 1, but the orders are times 2. So let's add 175 for that for the entirety of arena. Point event, the order is plus 10 in total because each is 5. And then the quests, I think I just did the 4 stages, which is usually what it is. So it's 3 stages and then the extra 2 stages, the EX2s. So I did 220 orbs in total for that. And then we can add in the guaranteed 50 orbs for each one, which is 100 orbs. And then we got the new character, which hopefully it's a new character every single time. So I'm going to add 70 orbs right there. And then Chronicle Quest got added to login, so I just kept this there, but we are not adding Chronicle Quest. And then Epic Raids, it is going to be an additional 200 orbs each month. Technically, obviously, 1 month is going to be 100, but it is what it is. So at 2,200 as of right now. And then Senkaimon, if my if my theory is correct that it should rotate through twice, it will be 540 orbs right there. And then resurrections, we're going to be doing 2 batches because that's usually what it is, but yet again, changes depending on the month apparently. 450. And then 125 orbs is a bit crazy, but I guess we'll just add in the absolute best scenario. So we'll add in 500. Still, I don't even know if you can even get to 500, by the way, but obviously most people I think are like 50 or 60. 3,700. I think that already surpassed. Yeah, the max pay to win orbs last time was 3,500. So we've already surpassed that. And we still have a little bit to go. Actually, I think it's literally only sub-stories. So mission vary, 5 orbs on mission clear. We'll put 5 stages, so 25 orbs. And then 35 orbs for the new 4-star. Okay, so that's what I ended up doing last time. Obviously, this one is a bit iffy because I don't even know if we get one every month. But it's there. So it's like, we'll add in a few stages. I think we'll do 4 stages. I think that's the more rough estimate. So we'll do plus 55 orbs. So I tried to max it out, but also be somewhat fairish. But obviously, you know, like being max in Guild Quest, like that is like stupidly hard to do to be in S League. I don't think you're going to be a free to play doing that, to be fair, or you're just going to be living in the game. I also don't think I ever added the extra 50 for Lemon Breaker quest, by the way. 55, 500. Yeah, no, I completely went over. Okay, so approximately 3,870 orbs. 3,870 orbs. Free to play. Obviously, though, it requires you being a pretty good account. But I never said this is a new player experience. This is just, in general, clearing the game. Almost 4,000 orbs a month. So about a month and a half, and you're at pity already, which is really good. Like, it's really good. But obviously, you know, you gotta let the stars align. You gotta let the stars align. So hopefully this guide helps you. Maybe you didn't realize that you were missing out on some orb sources or something like that. Let me know if I missed anything. I think I'm going to be adding this part in, by the way, in the beginning, by the way, the daily mission. So I'll probably go over it twice, but I just want to make sure that I add that in at the beginning so people don't jump on it. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know how many orbs do you think you've been missing out on per month. Hopefully this helps you lead into the 10th anniversary, and hopefully you have enough for pity, which is about 5,500 orbs, 25 steps in Guild Quest. So, in Guild Quest, for a banner. Hopefully it leads you towards getting the 5,500 orbs for a 25-step banner, which is what anniversary should be, a 25-step banner. So, yeah. Take care, and peace out.